Good afternoon. If you do have flowers, please proceed to the front and offer them. I'll clarify that. If you were given flowers when you entered, please offer them now. Thank you.
सबका स्वामी, तू अंतर्यामी सबका इस जग की सारी तू ही जगदाता विश्व विधाता,
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 तू ही सुबह तू ही शाम, तू ही माता तू ही पिता है,
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 तू ही तो है राधा का श्याम, तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी,
तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी,
तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी,
तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी,
तेरे चरणों में चारों धाम, तू ही बिगाड़े तू ही संवारे,
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 इस जग की सारी तू ही जगदाता विश्व विधाता,
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 तू ही सुबह तू ही शाम, तू ही माता तू ही पिता है,
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 तू ही तो है राधा का श्याम, इस जग की सारी तू ही जगदाता विश्व विधाता
Hari Om, welcome. Prayers for the last rites will commence in about 5 minutes. They'll be performed by our Pandit Ananta Krishna Pad.
तू ही सुबह तू ही शाम
हे राम सबका स्वामी
तेरे चरणों में चारों धाम।
तेरा तेरा
तू ही बिगाड़े तू ही संवारे,
तू ही बिगाड़े तू ही संवारे
तू ही बिगाड़े तू ही संवारे।
तू ही बिगाड़े तू ही संवारे
इस जग के सारे हाल।
तेरा तेरा तेरा
तू ही जगदाता विश्व विधाता,
तू ही जगदाता विश्व विधाता
तू ही जगदाता विश्व विधाता।
तू ही जगदाता विश्व विधाता
तू ही सुबह तू ही शाम।
तेरा तेरा तेरा
तू ही माता तू ही पिता है,
तू ही माता तू ही पिता है
तू ही
हरि ओम. Okay, you can. Hari Om. All the members who assembled here to offer our special prayer to the departed Punyatma Swami. Swami is Amma's eldest son-in-law, and in Amma's family is a blessed large family. Srimati Prabha is the eldest daughter of Amma. And also Swami and Amma become the divine cause for today what you see, the flourishing established family of Amma's family. Because Prabha and Swami is the main cause for that. Therefore, in our holy scripture, even with the intention, if you do a small good service to others other than you means including your kith and kin also other than you, because you are is an individual. You have your own body, mind and soul. Then rest become connected to your physical body as a sister, brother, husband, wife, children and all. They are all other than you. So therefore each individual, when you do some good service to others, and it become the glorious blessing from the cosmic light. And also the truth of the creation, there are 4 sections is mentioned. Jayate, Vardate, Mriyate, Parinamate. That means each soul born in this planet with the different bodies. If you analyze the Mother Earth, it is already dictated by the Holy Scripture, the Creator. There are 8,400,000 species of living beings in this planet. Out of that, 2.7 million supposed to be Stavaram, plant kingdom. And the same way the bird, more than million species of. then human beings are 4 millions, 400,000, not 4 million, sorry, 400,000. We have a 400 genes, 400 races in this planet. The highest birth in this planet is the human beings, because human beings have the full freedom, just like a divine beings. Divine beings become almighties, but we become only mighty. We have a limited power, but a limited power of all aspect. What divine beings have, we have. For example, we can think what is going to be tomorrow, what happened in the past, what we want to become in this planet, what we want to gain, what we want to live in this planet for others. This all accumulated philosophical knowledge is already there in human body. That's how the true aspect of karma leads the human life. One is called punya karma, that means righteous karmas we performed. Only you can perform this righteous or bad karma, only 3 instruments. Manasa, vachena, karmena. One is through the mind. If you have a peaceful mind, we think about peaceful ourselves and others. If our mind is disturbed with the 7 aspects of darkness, one is called krura buddhi. You become so extraordinary anger. There were 7 steps of angers are there. So then when all our sense organs functions, you abuse by the language, then you use your physical strength to destroy other objects. So that is called karmas. At the same time, when you have a righteous mind, how can righteous mind come? For that you have to be 2 aspects. One is called Sanskriti. Sanskriti means where you born, that family has the establishment of spiritual values. Dharma, dhanam, yashas, puja, parts of sara, whole list is there. If you happen to be born in that kind of family, you develop samskara. That means respect, respect, respect. You adore elderly people, take their blessings. All this become good karma. On that time, even though the bad notion may include your mind, but still you can control yourself. बोलते हैं ना, क्रोध को सहन करो, अशांति को दूर रखो. अशांति को कैसे दूर रखेगा? इट्स नॉट एन ऑब्जेक्ट लाइक ए एप्पल एंड ऑरेंज, यहाँ से निकाल के वहाँ रख दे. इट इज़ अननोन प्लेस. Only it irritates your mind. How can be? Only by the prayer. So there in short, प्रभा, आपके लिए कुछ बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है. You are one of the talented, blessed lady in Amma's family, artist, and created her own empire along with her husband and son. But at the same time, the first time I mentioned the 4 sections of the life. One is jayate, is born. Vardate is there. Parinamate means modification. You enter into kindergarten, college, PhD, all other things you can mod there. Then in the end, muriyate, that is the truth. That means you have to leave this planet. So this is the truth of the creation. So when this kind of situation comes, we should see that it's God's wish and God's grace and God's blessing. We lived happily with all the luxuries. And then it's God's wish. Our time is over. We have to leave this planet. So इसलिए भगवद गीता में यही बोलते हैं, आत्मा तो मरता नहीं, आत्मा तो शाश्वत है. इसलिए प्रभा, आई नो बिकॉज समय नहीं है, फिर भी हम यहाँ समाज में 1980 onwards I have been a priest, presider of this our Hindu community, and Amma has become my second glorious divine mother. I was alone. When I also get some sickness, and I used to phone Amma only. So therefore I owe this family with deep in my heart gratitude and respect and love, especially Amma's feet. So you are the daughter of such a glorious lady. So make yourself strong. You have a blessed family. We are ready there. They are on one voice. They are all there. वो बोलते हैं ना हनी कहाँ है मक्खी दौड़ के आते, एक आवाज़ में सब लोग दौड़ के आएगा, लेकिन आपको ज़रूरत नहीं है. यू आर सेल्फ मेड लेडी. इसलिए शास्त्र बोलते हैं इस समय पर हम अकेले 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 सिद्ध करना पड़ेगा. बी अलोन, बी स्ट्रांग एंड बी एफिशिएंट. सो इसलिए यही मनोभाव के साथ हमारा पुण्यात्मा स्वामी है. आज इनका पुण्यलोक का यात्रा का समय है. सब लोग अंजलि करते हुए हम परमात्मा से प्रार्थना करते हैं इनको पुण्यलोक का यात्रा करें. और ये शब्दों के साथ अभी हम थोड़ा सा भगवान का पारायण है. स्पेशली ऐसे समय पर इनका रास्ता है यमदूतों के द्वारा जाना पड़ते. इफ यू गो एनी हाईएस्ट लेवल ऑफ ऑफिस देयर इज ए स्पेशल डोर्स, ओनली यू कैन गो थ्रू दैट डोर्स. सो इसलिए whoever leaves this planet, they have to go through the Yamadharma Raja's door. That means it's the departments, people are there. They come and take him to the loka, different lokas. So इसलिए हम लोग ऐसे समय पर यमधर्म राजा का स्तुति करते हैं ताकि why? Because in the system of science of life and death, then what happened after the death, where the soul goes, it described one of the holy book called Garuda Purana. On that it says, as soon as you leave anybody from the physical body, there is automatically there is another body is there. It's called Paishasha Sharira. You enter into that. We have a 3 body, gross body where we can communicate, touch, all kind of things. But inside another body is called subtle body, Sukshma Sharira. Inside that another body is called Karana Sharira, where your mind and only consciousness there. That's how when the mind becomes soft, you don't know anything, you sleep. That is called in the state of deep sleep. I know nothing. That is 3 body. So subtle body travels with this other 2 body. What? Subtle body and causal body. But subtle body and causal body cannot independently travel. They need another body. That is called Preta Sharira. It is provided by the atmosphere of this cosmos. So you enter into that. This body is supposed to be temporary. They can live in this body at the most only 16 days. Then afterwards you have to release from them that body. And afterwards they enter into celestial other world. So until 13 days we have all the responsibility. He belongs to us, we belongs to him. After 16 days it becomes like a sun and waves and star and like that. It becomes universal. Our connection won't be there because you have to travel into another planet. Where on that planet is karmas. In the Purana it described you have to travel 10,36,000 miles. So therefore once we do this holy service, he will have a special body called Vega Sharira. That means per minute, second, he can walk 33,600 miles per second. So like that, he reaches how many days like that is all given. So on the process of his travel, yatra, इसलिए हमारा पूजा पाठ ये करते हैं ना, उनको ये सहयोग का प्रभाव मिलते हैं और उस समय पर उनका मन में भी बड़ा शांति रहते हैं. इसलिए बोलते हैं अगर हम बहुत पीड़ित हो जाएगा, देन उनका ट्रैवलिंग स्पीड है ना, इट विल बी रिस्ट्रिक्टेड. इट विल लाइक अ पुलिंग बैक बिकॉज कितन किन क्राइंग सो मच अपसेट. So that feeling, because of course thought power, your thought will be connected with his thought, so it will pulls back. That's why in our Sanatana Vaidika Dharma it says, no, gatasya soch हो गया, अभी ईश्वर के ऊपर छोड़ना पड़ेगा और उसके बाद ओनली अपना मनो शांति के लिए भी और उनका यात्रा का शांति के लिए भी भगवान का नामोच्चारण करना चाहिए, दान पुण्य करना चाहिए. उसी से उनको कल्याणकारी जीवन प्राप्त मिलते हैं। अभी हम प्रार्थना करते हुए ये अमाष्टक का पारायण करते, फिर ये 2 गीता का श्लोक हम पारायण करेंगे। हरि ओम भूर्भुवः स्वः ओम गतात्मानां पुण्यलोक प्राप्त्यर्थम यमाष्टक पारायणम करिष्ये। बने
तपसा धर्ममाराध्य पुष्करे भास्करपुरा धर्म सूर्य सुतं प्राप धर्मराजं नमाम्यहम्। समता सर्वभूतेषु यस्य सर्वस्य साक्षिणः अतो यन्नाम शमनम् इति तं प्रणमाम्यहम्। येनान्तश्च कृतो विश्वे सर्वेषां जीविनां परम् कामानुरूपं कालेन तं कृतान्तं नमाम्यहम्। बिभर्तिदण्डं दण्डाय पापिनां शुद्धहेतवे नमामि तं दण्डधरं यशास्ता सर्वजीविनां। विश्वं च कलयत्येव यः सर्वेषु च सन्ततम् अतीव दुर्निर्वार्यं च तं कालं प्रणमाम्यहम्। तपस्वी ब्रह्मनिष्ठो यः संयमे जितेन्द्रियः जीवानां कर्मफलदं तं यमं प्रणमाम्यहम्। स्मात्मा रमश्च सर्वज्ञो मित्रं पुण्यकृतां भवेत् पापीनां क्लेशदो यस्तं पुण्यमित्रं नमाम्यहम्। यज्जन्म ब्रह्मणोषेण ज्वलन्तं ब्रह्म तेजसा यो ध्यायते परं ब्रह्म तमेशं प्रणमाम्यहम्। यमाष्टकमिदं नित्यं प्रातरुत्थाय यः पठेत् यमस्तस्य भयं नास्ति सर्वपापा विमुच्यते सर्वपापा विमुच्यते।
This is the tradition. I am going to recite 2 mantra, then afterwards Shudesh Ammas come and take prayer. देखो कभी कभी इसको हम लोग को उत्सव मानते हैं, क्योंकि once you crossed 65, then it's called bonus from the Lord to live in this planet. So once they crossed that age, then afterwards is called, when attending this funeral service is called a great punya to our life. So Swami is since I know how many millions of time they might have recited the glory of the Lord, only kirtana every time. Even though they have work morning to evening, as soon as they come, they take bath and rush to the satsang and have a kirtana, all life. One of the bhajan always is a Krishna Murare, Bhava Bhayahari, beautiful song. So, इसलिए दुख होने का कोई समय नहीं है। हम आनंद के साथ कैसे मंदिर में जाके भगवान का दर्शन करते हुए प्रसन्न हो जाते, इसी प्रकार प्रसन्न भावेन सुख के साथ आनंद के साथ स्वामी जी को हम विदा करेंगे, ये भगवान का स्मरण करते हुए। ओम वासांसि जीर्णानि यथा विहाय नवानि गृह्णाति नरोपराणि तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णानि अन्यानि संयाति नवानि देहे नैनं चिन्दन्ति शस्त्राणि नैनं दहति पावका न चैनं क्लेदयन्त्यापः न शोषयति मारुतः। हरिः ओम श्री परमात्मने नमः। हरिः ओम। In the end, Bhagavan is recited, given the beautiful, the essence of divine knowledge, saying that don't think he died, no, only sharir. Just like when our clothes become old, we buy new cloth. Similarly, his stula sharira, it become old. The Lord commanded him to get into new sharira, but Atma always eternal. Now I will do Shanti Pata. सब लोग बोल रिसाइट ओम। गतात्मानां
गतात्मानां
आत्मकल्याणार्थं
आत्मकल्याणार्थं
शान्तिपाठं
शान्तिपाठं
करिष्यामः।
करिष्यामि।
राम 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 ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। Recite after me. Om Namo Narayanaय. Om Namo Narayanaय. Om Namo Narayanaय. Om Namo Narayanaय. Om Gatatma
गतात्मा
Punyatma
पुण्यात्मा
Swargam
स्वर्गं
Gachet.
गच्छेत्।
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tachat. Ayanu cha manasendri buddhyatmana paprasthasat karomi. Okay. Nam chappali.
We will now have some speeches on behalf of the family, which will be followed by puja before the cremation. I would like to call my oldest brother, Chandra Shankar Nair, up here to say a few words.
Respected Premji, elders, dear family and friends. Thank you for joining us today as we say our final bye to my brother-in-law, Sammy, who we call Jija, and my kids call him Maman. Jija was a hard-working man. He was either in his workshop for his drapery business or in a Sai Bhajan, satsang, leading bhajans with his thundering dholak. One of the fondest memories with Jija is our trip to India. We went to see Sai Baba in Puttaparthi in Whitefield, where we spent few weeks in his ashram, getting darshan. Jija, you leave a big void in all those lives you touch. You'll be greatly missed in our future family trips, event, and satsang. Your humble personality, sense of humor, calm and bright smile will always reminded us and cherished. I pray that Devi Ma and Lord Shiva give strength and peace to my lovely sister Prabha and nephews Raju and Karthikeyan to move forward, continue on his path of hard-working satsang and family. You'll be dearly missed, Jija. Thank you all. Hari Om.
I now call Rajesh Subramani, the oldest son.
Good afternoon. Most of you know me. If not, my name is Raj Subramani. I'm Sammy's eldest son. Usually it's pretty easy for me to talk with just about anybody, but this will be the hardest conversation I'm about to have with you all. Today we honor my father, and what a great man he is and always will be. This man loved his family and was one of the hardest working men that I ever knew, and I wish I had his work ethic. He loved my Nani and Nana and all my mom's sisters and brothers. I can still hear my dad and my oldest uncle Etan calling each other boss and switching seats while they drove my uncle's van with us in it. I will miss our conversations about soccer and him yelling at me about Milo. His last few months, we spent a lot of time together, and I will cherish all those for the rest of my life. I will promise you that I will take care of Mom and my brother and make sure that they need for nothing. I really want to thank my uncles and aunts and friends that came over to the house to help my mom and us. My uncles and aunts are like living angels, and the three of us appreciate everything you've done for her, done more than you know. Thank you for coming and being by our side. Till I see you again, I'll say I'll see you later, buddy.
I'll now call Karthikeyan, youngest son.
Hello, everyone. My name is Karthikeyan Subramani. Just give me a second. Okay. I'd like to thank everyone for coming and taking time out of your days to honor my father with your presence. I haven't been to many funerals, but from the ones I've attended, I feel you can really judge a man's accomplishments in life by seeing how many people show when that life comes to an end. Before I get to the main content of my speech, I need to thank our family for their love and support during this difficult time. These angels among us put their lives on hold to be there for us, and I'm forever grateful for them and all they have done. Etan and your family, your help and knowledge of Indian customs and ceremony, and Dr. Malani Nair, with all your medical expertise and help with Dad at VGH, I thank you. Anil Mama and family, it meant a lot for us and you and your family to come to the house. I thank you. Parmankel and Shashanti, your generosity knows no bounds. Whether it be bringing food all the time you spent with Dad at the hospital, or just taking time to hold Mom's hand, I appreciate you. Dr. Amit Kaint, you really guided us through the worst thing we've ever dealt with. I'd be lost without your advice and expertise. Pran and Kim, thank you for the help at the house. I love the Kaint family more than words can say. Dave Uncle, Kelly, Auntie, and family, I've said it before and I'll say it again. You move mountains. and I see how much you love my parents. Kelly Auntie is always doing something at the house, and Dave Uncle organized the fastest extreme makeover and air edition that was life-changing for us. You have hearts of gold, and we thank you so much. Sonny Uncle, Trina Auntie, and the girls, every member of your family is so helpful and took time out of your busy schedules to show how much you care, whether it's perfect paint jobs, Sonny Uncle's love for Tim Hortons, or Trina Auntie spending late nights on slideshows. Thank you so much. Angie Auntie and family, thank you so much for comforting us when Dad was in the hospital and at home. Auntie doesn't sit still for a minute. And Pooja, I know how much time you spent with Dad at the hospital after being a nurse for long hours. I love all of you guys. Auntie Sue and her aunt, uncle, and family, Girly Auntie is one really amazing person. My dad loved spending time with her specifically, and I just am forever thankful for the amount of time you spent with him and comforting my mom. Shani Chechi, thank you for coming to see Dad when you had time. And her aunt, uncle, and Shivam, I know how hard you worked on all the printing for all the stuff for this, and we thank you for that. Everything looks top shelf, and Dad would 100% approve. To my nani, my dad told me about his mom, my grandma, and how much he loved and missed her. He also told me how much he loves you like you were his own mother, and I thank you for welcoming him like he was your son. I appreciate the very few friends I've told. I keep my real ones close and my circle small. They've given me nothing but love and support. Some were able to come today, and unfortunately 3 of them are out of town, but I know they feel really, really bad about it, and I have them right here. Anyone else I might have missed, pardon me. Our family thanks you for anything you did for my dad while he wasn't well. Okay, so hopefully at this point we're not a sobbing mess. I think I'm doing okay. I know my dad would not like that one bit. If you're here, then you knew my dad or my mom or have some tie to our family. If you knew my dad, you know that he'd love to tell jokes or stories from his past. He told me every once in a while to not work too hard and make time for fun. I wish we practiced that more and we worked less and enjoyed life a little bit more. He loved to watch soccer games and eat peanuts, and I hope when he goes to the next place, he can do that to his heart's content and not have to drink diet soda either. Now that we don't have to hide it anymore, me and him have sweet tooths, and when Mom wasn't looking, many ice creams were eaten over the years. Sorry, Mom. My parents married young, and with my grandparents brought the family over to Canada from Fiji when they were still teenagers. My dad would always tell me how proud he was when he heard about someone's business doing well or a new addition to the family. My folks married at 17 and 18 and are 68 and 68 now. In the crazy world we live in these days, that's very rare. And I've decided until I find love like that, I'm not in a rush. Sorry, Nani. My dad's pretty old school. He changed the channel if TV was inappropriate or don't let him catch you swearing. You know when he swore, it was serious business. It took till my adult years to realize love comes in many different forms. I'll take my Uncle Parm, for example. I spent a lot of time with the Caints when I was younger, and I was always so envious because he was so vocal about saying he loved his kids and being active with sports and whatnot. When you're a naive kid, you don't realize you have 2 amazing parents that are working themselves to the bone to make sure you and your brother have a roof over your head and food in your bellies. I took that for granted. I wish I said I love you to Dad a million more times. Thing is that's not the relationship we had when I was young. As most of you know, I worked with my dad. Myself and my parents run our family business, and I wouldn't change the times we've had together, whether they be good or doing what we need to turn around the bad. We worked side by side for many years, and that's a bond that can never be broken. One gift Dad gave me, which I'll cherish forever, is my work ethic. It wasn't 9 to 5. It was get there as soon as possible and work as late as you can to try to get ahead. When I first started, I tried to cut corners, but he taught me the importance to do it right the first time. Running a business is no easy task, as I'm sure many people in this room can agree. I've had a hard time finding staff, but in reality, there isn't anyone that could ever fill my dad's shoes. It's going to be hard working with anyone else, but my dad is the kind of guy that will put in a 12-hour shift and then come home and mow the lawn in the dark. Now you're asking Curtis, why didn't you mow it? My dad's grass was very precious to him, and no one can mow it like him as far as he was concerned. I'm fairly certain I can mow it exactly the same, but I know my dad will always redo it because it just needed to have to be done by his hands. Okay. People talk about superheroes in movies and television. We should all realize we have heroes right here on earth. I'm saying goodbye to one of mine today. He never cared for drinking or smoking, and if I took some slaps, you better believe I deserved it. He wasn't the richest man in the world, but every morning he woke up and he worked as hard as he could to provide for his family. And in my eyes, these values are the greatest treasures a man could have. Before I continue on, I would like to say about my dad, I want to talk about another hero, and that is my mom. I'm sure some of you may not know what happened with my dad. I'm going to tell you. My dad had high blood pressure and diabetes. He had to take a lot of meds every morning, and when he took them, he would tell me he couldn't work, and I knew it broke his heart knowing his son was working by himself. It broke it enough that he stopped taking medicine and not telling anyone. After months of this, he had a massive stroke in March. I will give plenty of credit to everyone that spent time with my dad, but it was my mom that got him out of the hospital and blessed us with bringing him home 3 times. Then the doctors didn't say that was going to happen. She had him eating, talking, and walking. I never thanked you, Mom, but you are my hero for giving us that much more time with Dad. He may not have been able to say it, but I'm confident you are his hero too. Every day I think about I should have been at the hospital more, but it's very hard to see your hero broken. On my second to last visit, me and him had a moment, and although he couldn't speak with his mouth, with his eyes, he said goodbye to me. In closing, what saddens me is I'm not going to be able to introduce my dad to my future wife, have him be at our wedding, and meet his future grandkids. The milestones in life that he won't be there for. I do know that he'll be an angel on my shoulder looking out for me in the years ahead. I ask one thing of all of you, recognize the heroes in your life, your grandparents, your parents, your family, and friends. Hug them close because tomorrow's not promised, and make sure you check in on their health. I'd have my dad here if I paid more attention to taking his meds. There's no blame to be had, but just a simple, hey Dad, did you take your pills? Could have avoided today. Me and the family greatly appreciate you all for coming, and please pray for my dad has a safe passage to the next place. I love you, Dad, and I know I want you to know I will take care of Mom and make you proud. Thank you.
I would now like to call Roshni and Sheetal.
Hello, everyone. My name is Roshni Prasad, and I'm proud and very blessed to be the eldest niece to our dear Sami Mama. Standing beside me to honor Mama are some of my cousins, Alvin, Raveen, Amber, and my youngest daughter, Sheetal. To me, Sami Mama was no ordinary mama. He was a man of great knowledge, hardest worker, a man of great stories to share, a man of faith. Mama had so much talent. One of them was playing the dholak and singing. He had a natural welcoming nature of warmth and love to everyone that was fortunate to have known him. Left behind are my mama's 4 siblings and their spouses, eldest sisters, my mom Rukmani and Sarasanti, brother-in-law Raju Papaya. The eldest and only brother is Balakrishna, whom he passionately worked with at Auto Marine Electric for several years when he first migrated to Canada as a teenager. Sister-in-law Angela Krishna, who has fond memories while visiting Mama at hospital, and dear sister-in-law Sarojini Naidu. Youngest of the siblings is Radha Reddy and her spouse, brother-in-law Chris Reddy, who are dedicated in visiting Mama during his hardships at hospital by bringing him home-cooked meals, massaging his tired legs, and just sharing good talks and laughs. My dad, John Naidu, predeceased in 2019, was Mama's eldest brother-in-law, whom he shared loving memories from their early days in Fiji when Mama was a youngster. He is Mama and Kaka to 12 nieces, nephews, and their spouses, Nana to 13 grandchildren and their spouses, great Nana to 2 great-grandchildren. To Prabha Mami, you are dearly loved by one and all. I have adored you and Mama growing up, the sweetest couple that always went the extra mile to help anyone, anytime. Raj and Kurt, you both are the blessed legacies. To the dad that held your hand to help you walk, and the dad that caught you before you fell, you both are loved. As we look back over time, we find ourselves wondering, did we remember to thank you enough, Mama, for all you have done in this life? We wonder if we thanked you for the sacrifices you made and for the simple things, laughter, smiles, and good times shared. If we have forgotten to share our gratitude then, today, we hope you know how much you mean to each one of us. We can shed tears that Mama is no longer here, or we can smile because he lived and loved so much of us. We can close our eyes and pray that he will come back, or we can open our eyes to see all that he has left behind. Thank you to each one of you present today to pay our respects and say our final goodbyes. Mama, may your sweet soul rest in heavenly peace and paradise until we meet again. I just have some words from one of my mama's youngest nephews. On behalf of him, I had the opportunity to say goodbye one last time to a man I looked up to in respects to his timeless work ethic and devotion to his wife and kids, as well as their extended families that he helped migrate here and supported and educate and establish within our Fijian community, all the while starting up a successful drapery business, which is still thriving in his wife's and 2 sons' hands despite his absence. Mama, you will be missed.
Hari Om. I'm the second youngest brother to my sister, Prabha. On behalf of my sister Prabha, her sons Rajesh and Kartikeyan, I would like to thank you all for joining us today and paying your last respects to my Jija, Subarao Sami Subramani. They would like to thank the abundance of family and friends who have reached out to comfort them in their time of loss. And a heartfelt thank you to those family members who over the last 7 to 8 months tirelessly came by to the hospital to help care for Jija. For all those who brought or sent food and flowers and the messages of condolences, thank you. My brother-in-law Sami is survived by his wife, my sister Prabha, and sons, oldest son Rajesh and youngest son Kartikeyan, along with many brothers, sisters, brother-in-laws, sister-in-laws, and an abundance of extended family. He was born on August 23rd, 1953, and married June 10th, 1973. He was the son of the late Subramani Yankana and the late Mangamamani. He came to Canada at the age of 11 and bought his first house at the age of 19. He spent 9 years working as a mill worker, 3 years as a truck driver, and joined his wife's business as a carpenter and installer for European window coverings thereafter. A creative individual who helped the business to many firsts. This included the first Indo-Canadian to supply for the Street of Dreams and the Peony Prize Zone. Sami was known for his jokes. He loved to sing and play dholak, which he did extremely well. The humble beginnings of the Vancouver Sai Center started in his home in 1977. He was a devotee of Baba from the age of 18. He was a hard-working man who never stopped working. Sami had a great love and care for his family. He had a very special relationship and love for my Amma and Dada. Over the last few years, we got to see him more around the house, enjoying dinner with us and other extended family. He and my sister were instrumental in paving a path for us to immigrate to Canada. The picture you see of him in the front is one, as well as on your card, from a visit to Amma for blessings and Ashirvad on his last birthday last year. I knew him as Jija. From a young kid from Fiji, it was always fun to be at my Erti's house and Jija's house. We would run down the hill to John's convenience store with the change Jija gave us for Coke and chips. Back then, there were not seatbelt laws, and a family of 8 could fit comfortably into a small sedan to see Christmas lights. There were late nights with us playing cards and carom board. He always loved telling jokes. If you were in whichever setting you were, whether it was a religious retreat or a family dinner, he would find a joke to tell that was appropriate. There were trips to India to see Baba and reunite with Amma's other family in India. I remember caravan trips to Seattle to visit family and shopping at Bellis Fair. There were plenty of yearly trips to Whistler with all the family. Jija was a fixture in our family growing up, and there will be many times as we move through life without him that memories will bring smiles to our faces. I have seen over the last few months the dedication from his family to see him through the pain and capture any and every moment that they could with him. This is a humbling reminder to all of us to cherish each day and tell your loved ones how much better life is with them in it. Spend the time and resources you have to create the memories, because those memories will persevere. We have more in common that keeps us together, that keeps us apart. These are words that my Jija would appreciate. And may my Jija rest in peace. I would now like to call on Banchi to do the last rites before cremation. Thank you. So we'll ask, starting from the last row, to please come up and pay your last respects before we proceed with the rest of the ceremony.
तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी
अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी
तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी
तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी
तेरे चरणों में चारों धाम तू ही बिगाड़े तू ही सवारे
तू ही बिगाड़े तू ही संवारे
तू ही बिगाड़े तू ही सवारे
तू ही बिगाड़े तू ही संवारे
इस जग के सारे
नारायणाय ॐ नमो नारायणाय
तू ही
ॐ
जगदाता
नमो नारायणाय ॐ 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 Om Namo Narayanaya. 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 Om Namo Narayanaya.
तेरे चरणों में चारों
Om Namo Narayanaya. 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 Om Namo
बिगाड़े तू ही सवारे
इस जग के सारे
Beginning today, there will be Gita Path at my sister's at the Subramani residence, beginning at 6:30, starting today.
तू ही जगदाता विश्व विधाता
तू ही जगदाता विश्व विधाता
तू ही सुबह तू ही शाम तू ही माता तू ही पिता है
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 तू ही तो है राधा का श्याम तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी
तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी
तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी
तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी
तेरे चरणों में चारों धाम
जगदाता विश्व विधाता
तू ही जगदाता विश्व विधाता
तू ही जगदाता विश्व विधाता
तू ही सुबह तू ही शाम तू ही माता तू ही पिता है
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 तू ही तो है राधा का श्याम तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी
तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी
तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी
तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी
तेरे चरणों में चारों धाम तू ही बिगड़े तू ही जगदाता विश्व विधाता
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 तू ही सुबह तू ही शाम
राम हे राम हे राम हे राम
तू ही माता तू ही पिता है
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 तू ही तो है राधा का श्याम तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी
तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी
तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी
तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी
तेरे चरणों में चारों धाम तू ही बिगाड़े तू ही संवारे
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 इस जग के सारे काम तू ही जगदाता विश्व विधाता
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 तू ही सुबह तू ही शाम
राम हे राम हे राम हे राम
तू ही माता तू ही पिता है
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 तू ही तो है राधा का श्याम
And all the, okay, huh? Please, Hari Om.
तू अंतर्यामी
How is volume? Huh?
का स्वामी
अंतर्यामी
Hari Om. We'll have a Shanti part now for a few seconds. Please recite along with me this cosmic sound. And also परमात्मा से प्रार्थना करो, अभी स्वामी का यात्रा है, पूर्ण हुए. With happiness he can reach his above, God's feet. Now relax and recite along with me this cosmic sound. असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतंगमय. ओम शांति शांति शांति. कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावः करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि. श्रीमन्नारायणायेति समर्पयामि. हरिः ओम. और महालक्ष्मी मंदिर का तरफ से और डिवोटियों की तरफ से आए हुए सबके लिए भी अभिनंदन. और हम परमात्मा से भगवान से प्रार्थना करते हैं, ये शोक है, ये दुख है, स्पेशली प्रभा, भगवान इनको दिव्य शक्ति दे इसको टॉलरेट करने के लिए, और आस्ते आस्ते उसको भूलकर वही कृष्णा का रूप में उन दर्शन करते रहे. मे गॉड ब्लेस यू ऑल.
Thank you. That concludes our service today.
माता तू